Hello students, my name is Arvind Singh and today's our topic is acid, base and salt. As we know, it is a common topic in science, acid, base and salt. Today we are going to understand what is acid, what is base and what is salt and how we can find whether this thing is acid or base or maybe salt. Let's see. Basically, in our surroundings, mainly in the term of chemistry, we divided everything in the three main regions. Some things are we call acid, and some things which we call base, and some things which we call salt. Basically, acids are those which are little bit harmful for us, same as bases are those which are not very harmful. Students, today we are going to understand acid, base and salt by the simple mechanism. Here acid plus base gives us salt plus water plus heat. Students, this is the simple reaction of neutralization. Neutralization means when an acid and a base reacts with each other and forms a salt plus water and heat. It is called a neutralization process. From this process, today we will understand the definition of acid, base and salt. For the definition of acid, we can say acid are those materials which react with base forms salt and water. And if somebody asks you what is base, then you can say base are those materials which reacts with acid to form salt and water. In the same sense, if somebody asks you what is salt, then you can say when a acid and a base reacts with each other, then the product is our salt and with water. One more definition is here, the definition of neutralization. When somebody asks you what is neutralization, then you can say when an acid reacts with a base to form salt and water, this is the process of neutralization. Now from here we can understand the acid properly. In our nature, there are mainly two types of acid present in our nature. Example of that, some acids which are present in a plants, that acid we call organic acid. And there are also some acids which we make from the crust of our earth. These acids are called mineral acids. Students, now we will understand the properties of acid, base and salts. The first property of an acid is acid sour taste. It always sour taste, having a sour taste, and acids corrosive in nature. That means it is very dangerous for us. Even some strong acids can burn our skin also. And if we go further, then we see blue litmus to red. That means acids turn blue litmus to red. Litmus is a kind of paper. This is used as an indicator. We can say this is a universal indicator because it is used widely in the world. The acid turns blue litmus paper to red. Now, if we see the property of base, then we can say base has a bitter taste, and a common base has a soapy feeling. That means it's feel like a soap. In some cases, strong bases are corrosive. Strong bases means some bases are not so strong, that's why they are not corrosive, but in some cases there are bases which are very corrosive in nature. In the base has the property to turn red litmus paper into the blue. Now we see the properties of salt. Salt is a substance which is odorless white crystals. That means salt doesn't have any smell and it looks like white crystals. Salt is also hygroscopic in nature. That means it can absorb moisture from the air. As we know, the salt has salty taste. And the next one is salt soluble in water. Salt can easily dissolve in the water. The next one is salt very high melting point. That means salt is having a very high melting point. When we try to melt the salt, then we can say salt has a very high melting point. Now, if we see the uses of acid, base and salt, then we can see acid are mostly and commonly used in laboratories. In some cases, there are lots of industries which also uses the acids, like printing industry and etc. In the uses of acid, we can say we can use acid to prepare a glue by which we can paste something on somewhere. Acid also uses in the manufacturing of fertilizers. Fertilizers mean what we used for better farming, that is used in agriculture. Now if we are coming to the base, the uses of base uses to neutralize the acid. The main work of a base to neutralize the acid. That means if our field is very acidic, then we can use the base to make our field normal. Then we can do a good amount of agriculture and we can get a very high amount of reproduction from that field. Base also used for making soaps, paper, rayon and medicines. You know rayon is a kind of fiber by which the cloths are made. And medicine, there are lots of medicine which we generally use. They are made by bases. The next our uses of salt. Salt is basically used to soil treatment. Soil treatment, again, that means making the soils for better use of agriculture. Salt is also used for protection of teeth. You heard the advertisement of salt in the toothpaste. The next use of salt is disposal of factory effluents. That means when some garbage coming from the factories outside, then the salt is required to make that disposal not harmful for the environment. This is our topic. For more information, you can comment. Thank you.